Hey guys, this is Luca Q20394 here, and today I'm here to do my WWE Elimination Chamber from last night for the 19th of February, which was yesterday, but today's the 20th of February, and this is my Elimination Chamber review 2012. Please thumbs up and leave a comment down below about what you thought about the pay-per-view. Did you like the Elimination Chamber, or did you not really like the Elimination Chamber? What were your thoughts about the Chamber? Did we bring anything towards WrestleMania, or did the pay-per-view not really have anything build up? So leave a comment down below and tell me what you thought about the Elimination Chamber, and leave your thoughts down the bottom. So yeah, cheers. First match, we have the WWE Championship match for Elimination Chamber. It's CM Punk defending the belt against Chris Jericho, The Miz, Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler and R-Truth. I think this match started a bit bad because we didn't really see any hype into the match, and in this WWE Championship match it started a bit slow, and then basically for 5-10 minutes we didn't really see any spots at the start of the match, few spots, but to me there was a few spots in this championship match, like CM Punk and Kofi Kingston. They started okay, they kept rolling and pinning each other, going back and forward as usual, and then after that we did see a few spots into the match, like Kofi Kingston jumped from the top rope with CM Punk and Kofi Kingston collide together at the same time, which was absolutely quite good when Kofi Kingston jumps from the top rope, like in the middle of the rope towards the outside of the ring, and then CM Punk collide, and they both collide together, and then after that R-Truth was the next man and the third person in the spot in the pod, and then CM Punk and R-Truth were fighting together, but R-Truth didn't really do anything. CM Punk from the top rope with a clothesline with an elbow drop as usual, and then CM Punk eliminates R-Truth, and R-Truth is the first man eliminated. Then Kofi Kingston tried to go for the Trouble in Paradise to CM Punk, but then Dolph Ziggler got in the way, and then Dolph Ziggler with a great massive spot. What an amazing spot. All the wrestling fans are going, holy shit, holy shit. And then after that, Dolph Ziggler was coming from climbing up the Elimination Chamber pot, and then Kofi Kingston just went down, and then Kofi Kingston hit his spine on the chamber, on the floor, and then after that, Jericho with the cold breaker to Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was the second man eliminated. So that's R-Truth and Ziggler. Next, we have Miz and Kofi Kingston fighting back and forward. And then after that, Jericho with the Wiles of Jericho. Kofi Kingston is the third man eliminated now. And then after that, Jericho couldn't stop submitting Kofi Kingston, and the referees had enough. And to me, guys, I was actually worrying that will Chris Jericho get eliminated by not listening to the ref. But technically, CM Punk, that stupid idiot who calls himself the best in the world when he does that, technically, Chris Jericho gets knocked out in the Elimination Chamber. CM Punk using an enziguri kick, like Jericho flying off the floor out of the Elimination Chamber on the steel steps, and then Jericho's knocked unconscious, and then we have our cameraman who was only unconscious for 5 minutes, and the cameraman managed to carry on filming the pay-per-view. Otherwise we would have saw another cameraman coming in, but there's plenty of cameras in this company anyway, so technically Jericho was knocked out, so Jericho had to forfeit the Elimination Chamber, and then after that we were down to two men, CM Punk and The Miz. CM Punk and Miz were battling, and then Miz tried to go for the skull crashing finale from CM Punk after from the top rope when Miz tried to jump, and then CM Punk converted into a GTS and retained the belt. So yeah, I think this was a good WWE Championship match. I think at the start it lacked a little bit. We didn't really see a lot into the WWE Championship match. First 5-10 minutes it was a bit slow, but after that in the last 15 minutes, something like that, because I think this Championship match was on for like 20-25 minutes in the pay-per-view, because the pay-per-view started at 1 a.m. and it finished at 3:45, so it was on for 2 hours and 3/4. It finished a quarter of an hour early, guys. So technically, I give this Championship match 6.5 out of 10. It was a solid WWE Championship match, but it could have been better. Next, we have the Divas match: Beth Phoenix versus Tamina. Anyway, before the match, Beth Phoenix says to Tamina that she wants her out of the ring, and then after that, technically, I would say this championship match was boring, and to me, why can't WWE give Divas matches long, make them long, and make Beth Phoenix as a good character, because they're ruining her character for the moment, because it's so embarrassing. And technically you need to sort the Divas matches, because we've lost Mickie James and Michelle McCool and all that. I know Beth Phoenix is going to face Karma at WrestleMania, because I give this 3.5 out of 10. It was boring. Tamina, who is the daughter from the father of Jimmy Fly Snooker, that's why Tamina was using her father's move from the top rope, and then Beth Phoenix somehow kicked out by 2.5. And then after that, Beth Phoenix with the Glamour Song used the finisher, and then after that, that's it really. I give it a 3.5 out of 10. I was going to give it 2.5 out of 10, but we did see one or two good spots, like from, I would say this Divas match was boring, but we did see one or two good spots with Tamina using Jimmy Fly Snooker's move from the top rope, and Beth Phoenix reverses it, and then from the count, and then Beth Phoenix uses her finisher, great counter. So 3.5 out of 10. It wasn't really a good Divas match, but we did see one or two good spots. Next we have John Laurinaitis and David Otunga coming out, which this wasn't really scheduled about tonight, but technically it was very interesting, because they were talking about Teddy Long, and then we saw Alberto Del Rio returning, the Mexican. That was great. Del Rio coming back, and then Del Rio didn't really do anything. He kept talking about that John Laurinaitis should be the Raw and SmackDown general manager. Like, personally, I do agree with Alberto Del Rio. I think Teddy Long needs to leave wrestling because he's getting old, and Teddy Long, we've seen so many shit from him. Like, this Friday Night SmackDown, he put Santino in the Elimination Chamber, and you take two good wrestlers out of the Elimination Chamber, Randy Orton, Mark Henry. But we'll get to that situation later on in this review show. But technically, Del Rio was talking about that, and then after that, then Mark Henry came out, and then Mark Henry was talking about how Teddy Long suspended me 2 weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown, and then after that, we saw the returning of Captain Charisma, Christian. Hell yeah! Christian is back, man. Christian is back. And then after that, it was talking about how he should have one more match for the World Heavyweight Championship, because Randy Orton, who was injured with a concussion, so surely he says that Christian should be in that spot. And basically Christian's not even going to WrestleMania as World Heavyweight Champion. So technically, if Christian was a part of that chamber and won it, Randy will face Sheamus at WrestleMania to get back into the storyline. But technically after that, they didn't really do much. All four of them, Christian, Del Rio, Laurinaitis and Otunga, were taking the picture from Otunga's phone. So yeah. Next is the SmackDown Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight Championship match. We have Daniel Bryan defending the gold against Cody Rhodes, the Barrage Bare Knuckle Champion Wade Barrett, the Goofball Clown Santino, and the world largest athlete, the Big Show, and the lazy clown boy, Great Khali. Technically, I think This match started a bit bad. I wouldn't say it was a good World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match, because Barrett and the Big Show started first and then two pots. They didn't really do anything. They kept fighting back and forward, back and forward. Barrett using some kicks on the Big Show. Big Show trying to go for the choke slam, and then after that, Big Show was dominating. And then in the third pot, we have Cody Rhodes coming out. And then after that, Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett were working together on the Big Show. And then after that, Santino is the next person, with Cody Rhodes fighting Big Show back and forward. And then for once, we saw a good spot in this Elimination Chamber World Heavyweight Championship match, with Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes going with outside the ring and the Elimination Chamber bit where the pots are. Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes using a suplex, a reverse double suplex onto the Big Show on the steel, which was actually quite good. But technically, after that, we had the Great Khali coming out, and he was running on people using his big massive chop. He was using his chop on Santino, Cody Rhodes, and Wade Barrett. And then after that, Big Show used a spear. I mean, the Great Khali didn't really last long. We all knew that Great Khali would get eliminated first, and then the Great Khali got eliminated. So yeah, next we had Big Show going into the Elimination Chamber with Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan was the last man in the spot. But technically, to me, guys, this was another great spot, because basically Big Show was climbing in the Elimination Chamber spot with Daniel Bryan, and then like Big Show was somehow Big Show tried to climb up the Elimination Chamber spot, and he managed to come in, and then Big Show got so vicious, and then after that the Big Show tried to knock out the Daniel Bryan. And to me, guys, Daniel Bryan was absolutely shitting himself. You should have looked on his bloody face. Daniel Bryan was absolutely shitting himself when he was surprised that he saw the Big Show getting in that Elimination Chamber pot and trying to break Daniel Bryan's career. So technically after that, Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett eliminate the Big Show, and then I thought, what the fuck is WWE fucking doing now? Santino with a roll up onto Cody Rhodes. How embarrassing is this? Is Santino going to win the championship? Oh my god. And then after that, Cody Rhodes going to eliminate. And then we had Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett battling. And with Wade Barrett hitting Daniel Bryan through the chamber doors in every single pot. And then Daniel Bryan jumps from the top row with Wade Barrett hitting his head under the ring. And then after that, Santino eliminates him, and then Santino tries to go for the Cobra onto Daniel Bryan, because we're down to the final two, Santino and Bryan. He tries to go for the Cobra, and then after that, Daniel Bryan reverses it into a label lock, and then before the label lock, Daniel Bryan uses Inzaguri kick, and then Santino kicks out when he uses the label lock, and then Daniel Bryan retains the Heavyweight Championship belt. And to me, I think I give this 5 out of 10 World Heavyweight Championship match. I don't think it wasn't a good Heavyweight Championship belt, because technically we had no Randy Orton in this situation. John Laurinaitis and Christian Del Rio were right. I know Tonga that Teddy Long needs to leave SmackDown, because he took 3 top injury stars promos. Mark Henry ain't 100% ready, but he thinks he's absolutely not injured. He should have been part of the chamber. He should have never took his arse out of the Elimination Chamber. He should have never said a word to Teddy Long, then he would have been in this situation. Randy Orton got taken out by a stupid weasel goof, embarrassing Joker Santino. And Sin Cara's injured till after WrestleMania. So we lost 3 top SmackDown superstars that have got futures in WWE. Well, Mark Henry and Randy Orton have them, but Sin Cara has a future in wrestling. So technically this wasn't really good heavyweight championship match, because technically I think at the start of the match it wasn't really that brilliant. I know we saw a few good spots, Big Show climbing up to Daniel Bryan, and then Big Show trying to break the chamber before Daniel Bryan's the next pot in the Elimination Chamber, and we saw Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes with a suplex, a double suplex on Big Show, and then that's it really. So to me, after that, Sheamus comes out, and it's been announced very obviously. I know it hasn't been announced proper, but it has been announced. Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight Championship match in 6 weeks, in 41 days, at WrestleMania 28. So yeah, that's your World Heavyweight Championship match done. Next, we have the United States Championship match. Before that, backstage, we have the Natalya and Hornswoggle about the farting situation. This is bloody annoying. I told you when I did my last Friday Night SmackDown review on the 10th of February, because I didn't do a SmackDown review this week because I couldn't be bothered doing a SmackDown review because I think SmackDown wasn't really good. But technically, the whole farting situation, they need to stop doing that, WWE. They never used to do silly stuff about this. And then I thought, why the fuck are they announcing this match? Holy shit, why are they announcing this match? If they are going to announce this United States Championship match, guys, why don't they put Justin Gabriel in the feud? Because if Justin Gabriel won this match, because he's a part of SmackDown, the US titles on Monday Night Raw, Jack Swagger is not going to lose the belt. To me, they need to put this in a feud. They can't just announce, alright, straight away, okay, we've got a US Championship right now, okay? Why don't they put this in a feud? No one didn't know that Justin Gabriel and Jack Swagger was going to have a US title belt. No, I didn't even know this match was going to happen. So, technically, this was a boring match. It was a waste of time. Jack Swagger finished him off with the ankle lock. 1.5 out of 10. Hilarious. It was the worst match. So, yeah. Next, we move to the final main event. John Cena versus Kane in the ambulance match. The final story between John Cena and Kane. And before we get to the match of this, I think this rivalry is pretty good with John Cena and Kane, but the problem is with this rivalry, I don't know why they had to have Zack Ryder and Eve Torres involved, or at least one of them, because Eve Torres had nothing to do with this feud, but Zack Ryder kept getting beaten up by Kane, and then Kane kept using the wheelchair and destroying Zack Ryder this past Monday night, and injuring Zack Ryder week in and week out. But technically, it hasn't really got Zack Ryder and Eve Torres into this feud. They have nothing to do with this feud. Maybe Zack Ryder, but Kane and John Cena have their own feud. But technically, Kane and Cena had to settle this on their own, no within any interference. So anyway, let's get into this final main event. Okay, the match starts with them outside interference between John Cena and Kane. And they start fighting back and forward, and there was a few good spots into the match, with John Cena putting Kane into a steel chair, and then after that, John Cena and Kane, was John Cena doing the same thing what Kane did to Zack Ryder on last Monday night on Raw, when Kane put Zack Ryder through a wheelchair and knocked Zack Ryder onto the ground. And John Cena did the same situation to Kane. And then after that, John Cena and Kane were having a brawl, fighting in the crowd. They were fighting in the crowd for like short term, and then after that, they were outside the arena. And then after that, there was a few spots again, like John Cena was using the steel steps to Kane and hit him in the skull. And then John Cena with the steps to Kane and tried to go for the attitude adjustment, but Kane reverses it into a choke slam. That was another great spot with John Cena trying to lift up the stairs and trying to go for the AA, but Kane used the choke slam. And then after that, John Cena went through a table, and another great spot was with Kane tried to go for the choke slam on John Cena through the ambulance. Just imagine that happen. The ambulance roof will break. And John Cena, oh my god, that would have probably be a great massive spot, that would have been. And then after that, John Cena reversed into the attitude adjustment. And then Cena got the win. So Cena put Kane through an ambulance and down to the floor. So yeah, that's the end for the Elimination Chamber review. And I thought this match between John Cena and Kane, it was an okay match. I won't say it was that brilliant, but we did see a few good spots, like John Cena using the steel chair onto Kane, Cena putting the Kane through a wheelchair and all that stuff, and Kane with John Cena on the steel set. Cena tried to go for the attitude adjustment on the announcer, but Kane got into a choke slam, and Kane tried to go for the choke slam, and John Cena used the attitude adjustment. So it's like the other way around. But technically, I give this pay-per-view, well, 6 out of 10. It wasn't really a good pay-per-view. We didn't really see no build up, guys, because there was nothing towards WrestleMania. And to me, Jericho should have won the belt, because I know there's other ways that you guys want to see CM Punk versus Jericho for the belt, but technically there was other ways that Punk retained the belt. I said that Jericho will win the Elimination Chamber. I said this since they announced the match after the Royal Rumble 3 weeks ago, but technically with only 6 weeks to WrestleMania, because tonight on Raw, Undertaker is coming back again to call out Triple H, and then Kane won't be on Raw because John Cena finished with Kane, because now we're getting to WrestleMania that John Cena's going to build up with The Rock in 41 days, 6 weeks, and the Jericho and Punk situation needs to be sorted out, because I think Jericho will face CM Punk. Jericho's only been, since he returned in January, he's only going to be in the business for 8 months, so Jericho will only be with us till about September or October time. But he signed a long-term contract, so technically I give this pay-per-view rating C+. It was an okay pay-per-view. I didn't really enjoy the pay-per-view that much. I only enjoyed about 2 matches of it. The WWE Championship match and the John Cena and Kane ambulance match. The rest of the 3 matches were boring. Didn't really enjoy it. We didn't see no Randy Orton, Mark Henry and Sin Cara part of this World Heavyweight Championship match. That would have made the pay-per-view more better. And the match for itself, we didn't see Christian and Del Rio returning. Well, we did see them returning, but we didn't see them in a match or something like that. That could have been a lot whole better. But technically, 6 out of 10. So yeah. So this is Luka Q 020394, and I'll see you next time, people. So for all next time, people, and I'll see you soon. Bye.